While the public always sees him as a glamorous, silver screen god, behind the spotlight, the 50 Shades star suddenly revealed a completely different truth. He admitted that the years of fame have left him in a state of imbalance, loneliness, pressure and sometimes exhaustion. People see me smiling on the red carpet, but few know that behind the scenes there are long sleepless nights and indescribable emptiness, the star shared. Not only facing the scrutiny of the media, he also confessed that many times he wanted to leave everything to find peace. There was even a period when he felt that fame was like a sweet trap, bringing him to the top but also dragging him down to the abyss. This shocking confession shocked fans, but at the same time also created a strong wave of sympathy. They affirmed that they will always be by his side and support him not only as a star, but also as a human being who is learning to overcome the darkness to find the light again. Sparkles the dark truth behind the halo. Sometimes it is what makes us see the true strength of a person. Fire the darkness behind the halo. Not stopping at shocking admissions, the 50 Shades star also revealed untold secrets. During the peak of his career, he had to trade privacy and even close relationships. Friends gradually distanced themselves, his family inevitably cracked, and he himself was caught up in the harsh cycle of Hollywood. He admitted that there was a time when he turned to alcohol and sedatives to cope with the pressure. "I lost myself during that time. The fame made me feel invincible, but in fact I was just a person who was gradually collapsing," he said through tears. Heartbreak. What shocked the public even more was that he once considered withdrawing from the entertainment industry completely. If that happened, perhaps 50 Shades would only be a distant memory, and the Hollywood silver screen would have lost an icon. However, it was the love from a few true friends and the quiet support from fans that pulled him back. "Without them, I'm not sure I would be standing here today." Sparkles. This story not only exposes the dark side of fame but also proves the power of faith, resilience and humanity. Fire media shaking scandal. As soon as the 50 Shades star's gloomy confession was spread, Hollywood exploded. A series of major newspapers simultaneously ran sensational headlines. "The truth behind the halo. 50 Shades star collapsed?" Or "The idol of millions of fans once hit rock bottom." Camera with flash paparazzi immediately dug up the moments when he appeared with a haggard face, bloodshot eyes and a tired appearance on the street. These photos became evidence used by the media to reinforce the darkness behind his fame. More notably, some colleagues also spoke up to confirm that for many years, they saw him no longer himself. An old friend also revealed, "He was missing for many days, no one could contact him. We were afraid that something bad had happened." Tornado. The confession has created a storm of public opinion. Half of the online community expressed sympathy and affirmed that, even heroes can fall. But the other half thought he was trying to pretend to regain attention, especially when his name had shown signs of cooling down in recent years. Collision. From a romantic icon, he suddenly became the center of a global controversy, where the line between truth and suspicion became more fragile than ever. Fire. Dramatic climax. Shocking secret revealed. While public opinion has not yet calmed down, a series of leaked documents from within Hollywood have made the situation more serious. Accordingly, the 50 Shades star once signed black contracts to hide his unstable mental state, avoiding affecting the film's revenue. Open folder. Leaked emails revealed that the producer repeatedly pressured him to appear perfect in public, despite his mental health collapsing. One text message even showed him asking for help. "I can't continue like this. I need a way out." Bomb. This news spread at a dizzying speed. The media called it Hollywood's biggest underground scandal of the decade. Loyal fans were outraged, believing that their star was just a victim of a ruthless industrial machine. No entry. However, the scandal also brought about terrible consequences. Many film projects under negotiation were frozen. Brands simultaneously considered terminating contracts. His career was on the brink of collapse overnight. Sparkles. And then, the biggest question was raised. Will he collapse under the weight of the truth, or will he turn this tragedy into an opportunity for rebirth? to step into the light with a more genuine and stronger image? Fire, the ultimate tragedy. When the halo is broken. The scandal was not only shocking, but quickly turned into a tsunami that swept away everything the 50 Shades star had built over many years. Downward trend. Within just a few weeks, 3 major film projects withdrew his name from the cast list. Brands that once considered him as their representative face also simultaneously terminated their contracts, fearing that their brand image would be damaged. Posters with his face appearing on the street were taken down, replaced by the faces of young rising stars. Heartbreak. Fans were more divided than ever. A loyal part still firmly defended him, calling him a victim of an inhuman machine. But the rest turned their backs, believing that the dark truth he hid had broken their trust. "We no longer recognize the person who used to be our idol," a longtime fan bitterly shared. Derelict house. The star gradually disappeared from the media. The last image he appeared in the paparazzi lens was just a skinny man, quietly walking out of a small cafe, avoiding all eyes. The Hollywood dream collapsed, leaving behind a man struggling with his own darkness. New Moon. And so, from an icon that once made millions of hearts flutter, he became living proof of the fierce dark side of fame, where the bright lights can be extinguished in the blink of an eye. Sparkles. Reborn from the ashes. When everything seemed to have ended, suddenly a glimmer of light appeared in the life of the 50 Shades star. After months of silence and disappearance from the media, he quietly appeared at a small discussion on mental health in Los Angeles. No longer wearing a luxurious suit or sparkling aura, he just wore a simple shirt, with a forced but sincere smile. In front of hundreds of audiences, he said, "I used to think my career was over. But today, I stand here not as a star, but as a real person, a person who has fallen, but is trying to get back up." Fire. Those words immediately touched the hearts of the public. The media that had once criticized now began to change direction, calling this comeback a rare journey of rebirth in Hollywood. Light bulb. Not chasing blockbusters, he chose to appear in independent art projects, where the value lies in depth, not revenue. He also became a spokesperson for mental health protection campaigns, turning personal pain into motivation to help others. Gradually, the image of a fallen star was replaced by a symbol of resilience. Fans no longer saw him as just Christian Grey of 50 Shades, but as a real person who fought and was reborn from the darkness. Sunrise. From the depths of despair, he found a new path, not to regain the old halo, but to affirm another value. Fame can collapse, but faith and determination never fade. Glowing star. Spectacular victory. Legendary status returns. From small art projects, the 50 Shades star suddenly caught the eye of a famous director. This director believes that the cracks and painful experiences in his life will create a transformation of a lifetime. Clapperboard. The new film, a psychological drama about fall and rebirth, chose him for the main role. Initially, public opinion was skeptical, thinking that it would be difficult for him to recover after a series of scandals. But when the first trailer was released, all eyes were drawn. People no longer saw a romantic male god, but a mature, deep actor, ready to touch the dark corners of the human soul. Globe. When the film premiered at the Cannes Film Festival, the audience stood up and applauded for 10 minutes. Critics hailed it as the greatest rebirth in modern cinema history. One newspaper even headlined it, "From Abyss to Glory, the story of a living legend." Trophy. And then, the seemingly impossible happened. He was nominated for an Oscar for Best Actor. With tears in his eyes as he stepped up to the podium to receive the golden statue, he choked up and said, "I lost everything, but this moment showed me that if you dare to face the darkness, the light will always find its way back." Sparkles. Once again, he was not just the star of 50 Shades, but a living symbol, a testament to the power of resilience, and showing that even after being broken, people can still reach unprecedented heights.